Okay, good.
Got it.
All right,
Okay.
so
All
I'm gonna explain this to you right now. So I have this
right.
trade open right now, right? So and this trade is JVP AUD and it's based on the higher time frame and it's based
Mm-hmm.
on multiple things. And I explain it to you so you can understand. And this is exactly what I look for in higher time frames. This is
Okay.
exactly the same thing that I'm gonna explain to you is the same thing I
Mm-hmm.
look for every single pair in the higher time frame when I do decide to take a swing trade. You know, again, I'm not a swing trader for the most part, but when
No.
I do decide to take a swing trade, it's because I have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
confirmations or I feel very, very comfortable about the trade, you know?
Right. Okay.
All right. So I explain it to you and it's very, very simple. I share this with right now we're still floating like around break even, but there is a good chance
Mm.
that this is just gonna keep pushing up. Either way,
Yes, okay.
the reason for this trade is this. Let's just go back to this particular area. This is the most recent data, right? So I'm in the 4 hour time frame, as you can see. And I like to
Mm-hmm.
use this tool right here, which is called the regression trend. And I like to use this tool basically on that move to the downside. Like you see this move from here all the way to
Yeah.
here is so
Mm-hmm.
clear, right? You can see it so clear that this is a downtrend just by looking at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just
Just
see
looking
it.
at it. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, just by looking at
Yeah.
it, you see that this push is there is no way this push is going up. It's just going down,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Going down. Yeah.
So at this point, what I like to do, even if it's easier for most people sometimes, is to start labeling like what is a
Mm-hmm.
lower high or lower low. You know, I like to label this thing so that way it's just easier for you to read it. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you. Look,
Okay.
so
Okay.
we have created here a lower high, then lower low, right? And then once you start pushing this lower high, you see how it's like a little ladder going down, right? So let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Here. Okay, it's like a little ladder going down. It keeps pushing down, keeps
Going down.
pushing down. This lower
Mm-hmm.
highs, it keeps basically the market keeps creating these lower highs, right? And then I would say this was the
Yeah.
last lower high. This was the last lower high. Why? Why this was the last lower high? Or you can call even this one, but we'll consider this one as the most recent lower high. And the reason why this is the most
Mm-hmm.
recent
We
lower
should.
high, I explained it to you because here was the last lower low that was created for this particular trend.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah. I could see.
This
Yeah.
this was the last lower low that was created for this particular trend. So if the market
Mm-hmm.
is looking to continue a downtrend, it has to be creating these lower highs and lower lows. But what happened here? So the price came down, created a lower low. It went up. It kind of created a lower high, but now it fell
Yeah.
to create a new lower low
Mm.
here. You see, it fell to
New
create a new
lower.
low
Right.
because the price, if the price was to continue down, it should have come all the way down
Mm-hmm.
here, right? The
Yeah.
price didn't do that. So you see how we are in a downtrend in this area, but at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, the price didn't push down to create a new
Okay.
lower low. So then that means
Right.
at that point it's telling me, okay, something is about to happen. However, it's at this point it's still reason for you to enter any trade because now you have to determine a particular uptrend. So you have to see
Mm-hmm.
that this is completely broken and it's being respected
Mm-hmm.
now as a new uptrend. And this is
Mm.
when everything becomes a little interesting. Why? Because once we have a lower high created, if it continues the downtrend, it means that every lower high should respect the previous lower high. So when the price
Mm-hmm.
made this move right here, when the price made this move, you see this move?
Mm-hmm.
The price made this move and basically disrespected this previous lower high. That's when you know, okay, now that the price disrespected this lower high, it just means that now we're probably gonna be creating a new uptrend
Mm.
because it didn't respected the previous lower high. All of these ones right here, they respected the previous one. They respected the
Yeah.
previous lower high. But
So when you
this
say
move,
respect, it doesn't mean like. I'm sorry. Yeah.
yeah, respected for me means that the price will not even go past that particular lower high.
Oh, you
So
wouldn't
the
pass that.
price will
Okay.
come
Okay.
down and it will create a new lower high respecting the previous one, meaning the price didn't even go to this area. So the price
higher than the previous high.
exactly. So the price will come down again. It will go up because every time the price has to come down, retrace, come down, retrace, come down, retrace when we're in a downtrend, right? So what the price is basically doing that all the times. That means that it's respecting the previous lower high. That means it's respecting the downtrend. The minute that we see the price breaking that lower high, that's when we know something is about to happen. So there's two things that could happen here, right? There's two things. One thing is either this move is a fake out, or this move is actually a break of a structure, and we're gonna create a new uptrend. We're gonna create a new structure in the market. So when this happened, that's when we realize, okay, let's wait. We cannot enter a trade yet. We have to wait. We have to wait and consider now creating new higher highs, higher lows, and see if the market is ready to create a new market, new trend. So now we're creating here higher highs, higher lows. And I'm gonna just label it just for you to see it, right? So look, higher highs, higher lows, and now here is higher low. All right, so now you see how the price, after the price broke the previous lower high, the price now came back, created a new higher low, went up and created a new higher high. So when this higher high was created, that's when we already have a confirmation we are now in an uptrend. Because when the price was around here, the price could easily just keep pushing down, and then this move was considered a fake out. So that means that if the price was here and the price just kept pushing down, then this whole move was just a fake out. So it wasn't basically breaking the structure to create a new trend. It was just a fake out. But the fact that the price create a new higher high, retrace, create a higher low, and then push back past that previous higher high, that just tells us, okay, the price is actually creating a new higher high. Now it's in an uptrend. We have what I like to call is a 1, 2, 3 move. Whenever you have a 1, 2, 3 move, you usually like to enter at the pullback, and then you enter your position. So that's exactly what was happening to us right now. So I decided to enter this position because of that situation. We have a new uptrend forming. Now we have a pullback, and now we basically, you see that the price came down, touched the previous, or we say that the lower level of the channel, or the lower line, and then now the price is pushing up. Now, there's a good chance that this can just basically come down and that's it, or it can keep pushing up. But the probability is in our side, and that's what it's trading about. It's about probabilities. So the probability is in our side. And your stops, right? Your stops should always be below that previous higher low. So if you're in an uptrend, again, if the price is gonna continue with the uptrend, it should always respect the previous higher low. You see exactly how everything was here. If the price was to continue a downtrend, it should always respect the previous lower high. So if you were to enter a position here, your stop should always be above that previous lower high, and you can target, let's say here. So the price will always respect the previous lower high, and you can start trailing your stops. As the price is moving, you start trailing your stops, so your position is safe. So that's exactly what happened in this particular situation. And this is what I like to look myself in the 4-hour time frame, and I look for entries on the 1-hour time frame or the 4-hour time frames, because sometimes you do see the rejections in this particular area in the 4-hour time frame, or sometimes you see it in the 1-hour time frame. But for the most part, I like to see this. If I don't see this break of a structure, I don't enter a trade. You know, because there is no confirmation for me to enter any trades pushing up, you know. Do you understand that part that I just explained it to you?
Yeah, you mean by you wouldn't enter if price had not broke the previous high, and went up to and form a new higher high, you wouldn't enter the trade.
Exactly, because even if
Okay.
the price was around here, some people, right? Some people will enter trades around here. Once you see that pullback, why? Because people
Mm-hmm.
sees, okay, now this price broke the previous lower high, so now we're going in an uptrend. Yeah, and sometimes you get
Right.
lucky and you get this particular entry. That's fine, but it's very risky to enter
Mhm.
here because this move could actually be a fake out. So if the move goes up, it can easily just keep pushing down all the way down, and it was gonna hit your stop loss. So that's why I like to wait for a clear structure to be formed. So once I have two
Mhm.
higher highs in this area, so I have one, two, I enter on the pullback and I just let the trade ride at this point. The only thing with swing trades,
Mhm.
just you have to wait. At this point, we have to wait. That's the only
It's
reason
gotta be
why I
consistent.
don't like to have swing trades, because swing trades you have to wait, and psychology your psychology gets messed up sometimes because it's like, yo, like, man, how long is it gonna take this trade to happen for me? Like, why do I have to keep waiting for
Yeah.
this? Understand? So that's the only
Okay.
reason why. And once you have this, you always try to go and basically put your stops and profits based on the previous trend. So if the trend started here or even here, then you say, okay, the price more than likely is gonna go and touch that area. So that's why my take profits
Mhm.
are usually at that point. However, if the part just touches the take profit one, I would move my
Mhm.
stops at break even. I will close some partials in here and let the
Yeah.
price just keep doing what it has to do. Once the price reaches to take
Mhm.
profit two, I will move my stops to take profit one and just keep trailing my stops as it goes. When the price reaches my final targets, I will close my position for the most part, or
Mhm.
I will close most of the position and leave just one little bit running, until I see it
Yeah.
again, a break of a structure. But otherwise,
Okay.
that's just I think that's the simplest way that I can explain it to you. And I like, again, to
Mm.
market. I like to market or label it, however you want to call this, but just for you to kind of picture the big image and the break of a structure, the break of levels and everything, you know?
Okay. Gotcha. This is a clear understanding, vision understanding.
Yeah. Do you
So
mind?
do
Do you
you
mind if I get just one question? Do you mind if I get some other people in here? Because I think, let me see if there is other people I wanted to jump on the.
yeah, of course, yeah. No
Yeah.
worries.
Okay. Let me
Yeah,
see.
of course.
Let me see if I can get copy link address. Okay. Let me just put it here. All right. Good. So basically that's just what I was trying to explain to you from the higher time frame. From the higher time
Mm-hmm.
frame, that's what I like to see usually for me to enter any swing trades.
Okay. So you would take the swing trades on the high time frame only, correct?
Only on the higher time frames, only because swing trades are meant for you to hold for multiple days, sometimes weeks. Yeah. So because you
Okay.
have to hold it for such a long time, you have to read the price in the higher time frame. That's
Mm-hmm.
the only way you can kind of see the structure also. Once you see it in the higher
Mm-hmm.
time frame, then you're able to once you see it in the higher time frame, you have the chance to give some type of room for the price to start moving. You understand? Otherwise, then
Oh,
there's how can you basically see the price if you didn't see it in the higher
mm-hmm.
time frame? You understand?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
as I
And
explained it
with
to you,
this,
just
you
see.
don't have to, yeah.
Go ahead, tell me.
And I was gonna say with this one, you don't have to do like a top down analysis like 4 hour, 1 hour. You don't have to do that. Just a 4 hour is enough.
Just the 4 hour and the 1 hour from confirmation. For me, that's just what works for me. Why? Because if I'm
Okay.
looking at the market structure of the 4 hour time frame, right? Right now, what I'm doing, I'm looking at the market structure of the 4 hour time frame. So it only
Yeah.
makes sense if I'm looking at this structure here, I'm looking for a swing trade, then I have to follow the structure that is basically printed in the 4 hour time frame. So at this point, once I see a
Okay.
break of a structure, then at that point it's basically just waiting time. I have to wait for the new trend because I have to see if this push was a fake out, it was a real break of a structure where it's gonna create a new trend. So when the price
Mm,
broke the previous lower high, disrespecting it at this point, you see all of this, every single lower high was respecting the previous one. So that was basically a downtrend. But once this move happened, then it could be two things. It could be either a fake out, or it could be that it's a new trend for me. So in order for me to know that, I have to wait for a new higher high to be created. And the new higher high was created here, right? So at that point, I wait for what? I wait for a pullback. When the pullback happened, that's when I enter the trade. So again, this is a high probability trade, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna pan out, because not every trade works 100% of the time. But this is a high probability trade for us. You know why? Because if it's creating a new uptrend, it should respect the previous higher low, just like the same way here when it was creating a downtrend, it was respecting every single of the lower highs. You see, every single one of them. But then when this happened, it didn't respect this lower high, so that means that it's a break of a structure. And this was very clear last week when I actually shared two trades that I took last week. And let me see if I can see it here for you. This is also super clear here. And if you see this chart, it's basically the same thing. It's exactly the same thing, but the opposite way, right? We were in an uptrend. We're in an uptrend, and then we basically, with this push to the downside, right? With this push to the downside, we disrespected this previous higher low, but we don't enter there because, again, this could be a fake out. We only enter when we have confirmation that the price is pushing again with another lower low. So the price came here, retraced, came back, and what happened here? It created a new lower low. So now I'm waiting for a pullback at this point. Now I'm waiting for a pullback. So once I wait for the pullback, I enter my first position here. And then the safest stop loss will be above that previous lower high, because if the price is going to continue with the downtrend, it has to respect the previous lower high, right? So, and that's exactly what happened. Look, the price pushed down. It came back up. I entered a second position here, and the price kept pushing down, And now my final target was around this area, because this was the beginning of the uptrend. And if the price is now creating a new downtrend, there is a good chance that the price at least is going to come to this area. So that's when I called my final targets last week. And then the price is just lingering around here. And look, like if you look at this particular structure that the market is printing right now, compared to everything else that was here, you see how this is not too clear compared to everything else. Here was very clear. Everything was super clear. The price was pushing down, retrace, pushing down, retrace, pushing down, retrace, pushing down, and now it's just hanging in this area. The reason for this is because the price is undecisive what it wants to do. We already reached this particular area, so what are we doing? Are we keep pushing down, or are we going up? So this was the safest way to take your profits at this point, you know? This area was the safest place to take your profits, and now we're just waiting for the price to see what's going to happen now. What's the price going to do at this point? So at this point, I'm not waiting for any trades in this area unless we see a new structure. I'm waiting for a new structure to be formed or something very clear to keep pushing down. But this was the most recent data for me, and this was just the clear setup. And the same thing happened with USD CAD last week. Let's see if I can look it up here. Exactly the same thing. Look, all of this is 4 hour time frame. As you can see, all of them is 4 hour time frame.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Same thing happened. We have some people here. How are you guys? Can you guys hear me? Everybody? I don't know. See a lot of people in mute. You can still hear me, right, Omari?
Yeah, I can see. Okay.
All right, good. So let me keep explaining this to you, man. All right, so same thing happened here, man. Lower high, lower lows, lower high, lower lows, lower highs. A downtrend was formed here. The price broke in this area. The price broke, right? The previous lower high, pushed down, create a new higher high. You see, create a new higher high. So 2 higher highs now. I wait for the pullback and I enter the position. And you see, again, and where is the final target? The final target is the beginning of that particular trend, previous trend. The previous was a downtrend. Now we're creating a new uptrend. So the price should at least touch this area, and then at this point, it should start making some type of consolidation, something, just to see where is the price is gonna go. But at least this is a very high, very high probable trade for us to take.
Okay.
All right. Let me see.
Got
I
it.
think I have some people. What is this? Just give me one minute. Recording the Zoom. Some people is from I think I'm recording this, right? Yeah, you asked me to record
Yeah,
this.
you did.
Some people, man, are like in Europe, and it's just hard because for me, the time that I like to trade is, I always tell people, it's from 9, sometimes 8:30, depending what I have to do in the morning, but like from 9 all the way to like 1:30. That's usually the time for me to trade.
130.
Because
Right.
anything, like even now, if you look at the price, where is your US 30? Let me see. US 30 is fire all the way to like 334. It's usually fire, man. But at this point, it's just, there's nothing
It's just
really clear. Like this, all of this is just fuckery, man. Like all of this right here, like it's rejecting this area. We don't know what's happening.
yeah.
It's just, it's nonsense. So I don't like to trade
Right.
this particular area. I like to trade like from 9 to like 1 p.m. Those are the more clear trading ideas for me at that point to take positions or whatever, Otherwise, I just don't like to trade anything past like 1, unless I see something super clear. But yeah, man. So that's just basically what I can explain it to you from higher time frames. That's what I like to
Low time frame and low time frame due to New York session. Do you execute the trade on the 5 minute or the 15 minute?
On the 5 minutes. I only trade the 5-minute chart for US 30. Any other pair, I don't do 5 minutes. So only US 30, I do 5 minutes. Everything else, if I'm gonna do a swing trade, it has to be the 4-hour time frame. I will always start at the 4-hour time frame. All of my analysis, once you see, all of my analysis are basically on the 4-hour time frame. Let me see if this is another one also that I shared last week. Same thing. We had an uptrend. We had a break of a structure here. Came back, created a lower low, pull back, enter, and look. After that, it was just super clear. Everything was just clear. And again, the chances are that it's gonna go down all the way to hit this particular final targets.
Okay.
It's all of the swing trades that I usually take is mainly based on the 4-hour time frame.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, everything that same thing here. You had but this was not too clear, really not too clear, because you have a downtrend here from here to here, then you have a little uptrend this area, and then you have this push to the downside that was just massive. It was like a clear drop. So there is no really real structures to be here. However, you do have something that can let me see, that you can see how the price is moving, right? So you see the price try to break once to the to the downside once, came twice, came down 3 times, and it couldn't break the downside, right? So then at this point, there is only one way. If he's already trying 3 times and it's not pushing to the downside, it's just gonna keep pushing up. So then we were waiting for this price to go more deep in this level right here to enter a position, at least to target this previous high. And this is, again, this is something that I was marking, and I think I shared this. Let me see if I shared this. Well, this is when I shared the JVP AUD. You see, when the price was around here.
Okay.
All right, so let me see.
Because it's happened too many times. I spoke to you about it before.
Yeah, no, I don't think I just marked it in the charts, but I didn't share this with the group. But either way, so I was waiting for the price to come around this area, so to enter the position, at least to come on this previous level of resistance. But again, this is all higher time frames for me, 4-hour time frame. You see, same thing happened here. The price came down, and it started creating a new uptrend. I don't like to go to trade anything that is within this range, because this is the price is ranging. There is no structure here. There is no downtrend. There is no uptrend. This right here, this block is just basically consolidation here. There is nothing happening. So you stay away from trends like that. You only want to trade, if you're in the swing trade market, you only want to trade based on the higher time frames and when you have clear confirmation. And you want to go with the trend. So if the trend is an uptrend, you want to wait for the pullback and enter at the pullback. If you're going for the downtrend, you wait for the pullback and enter in the downtrend. You know.
Gotcha.
Let me see. People are. Can we look at NAS? Let me see. Okay, I don't think I have NAS in here. Let me add this thing. So NAS, US30, all of them are high volatile pairs, and those pairs I will only trade in the 5 minutes. For me, it will only make sense to trade in the 5 minutes. But I never traded NAS, so I'm not sure. You know, I can't really explain it to you because I have never traded. But I assume it would be something very similar to what is it, to US30. Yeah, because let's see, when was 9:30? When was the time here? 9:30. What was the candle? That was 9:30. I'm trying to look for this. Okay, 9:30 here. So yeah, we had a push to the downside, but then there is no clear rejections, only one rejection, and then the price push up. So I mean, I don't know. Probably you can trade it the same way I trade US30, but for me, US30, it seems like it moved the same way. Let me see this. It seems like it moved the same way. How can I change this now to US30? Okay, 5 minutes. Let me see this. So 9:30. Where was the price here? So this was 9:30, and then 9:30 here. So I mean, if you look at the charts, they look very similar. Look, this is NAS, this is the US30. They look very similar to me. They look very, very similar. Look at this thing. The price pushed down here, and the price pushed down here too. You see? Look. What is the style? Color. Black. The price pushed down here too, and then the price retraced. Price retraced. Price came down. Price came down. So it looks very similar to me. This thing. I'm just so used to US30. I never traded NAS, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
It looks pretty similar.
But based on the chart, man, this thing looks the same. This thing, look, the price is going up. The price is going up in here too. This thing looks completely the same, man. Yeah. So whoever is trading NAS, man, continue trading NAS. I guess, I don't know. For me, I just like to do it. I like to deal with US30, not NAS. Let me see one thing, guys. So tell me, what's going on? What else? What else do you guys want to know? How's everybody? How you guys doing? Where is everybody coming from? I'm from New York. I don't know. I mean, I don't know from you guys. Where you guys at? Tell me. Talk to me.
New York. What's up, man?
New York, man. What part of New York?
The Bronx.
Bronx? Man, we're far. I mean, we're like 45 minutes away. I'm in Long Island.
Oh, you out there.
Yeah.
How you feeling, man? You good? You good?
Yeah. Everything's good, man. Everything's good.
That's good, man. It's good to hear. If you want, I mean, you wanted me to give you something to look at, or like?
I don't know. I mean, good. You tell me, guys. You tell me. You have anything that you guys want to share on your chart? Something that you're seeing, probably any pairs that you're looking at. You can see potential. You know, like potential trades or something.
Can you give me like a little like your like outlook of Bitcoin right now?
Outlook of Bitcoin. Let me see. What's Bitcoin? Man, crypto right now, it just took a big dip, and I think it's just starting to pushing up again. So yeah. I mean, on the higher time frame. So this is how I was just explaining to Omar, right? So whenever I see a trend, I like to label sometimes if you're kind of, you cannot see it at first sight, right? You want to label things. So at this point, I would put lower high here. And then I start looking for lower highs. So lower highs here, lower high here. And what's the next one? See, this one was another one. You see how the price is creating these lower highs, right? But it's failing now to create a lower low. So there is a good chance that the price is going to start probably bumping up again. Let's see. Wait. We have a lower low here. No. This one, copy this. So another lower low, and another lower low around here. So we're creating a downtrend, right? So as long as this right here, as long as this is respected, and let me change this now to white. Okay, as long as this lower height is respected, we continue in a downtrend. So when would be the perfect time for you to buy Bitcoin? I would say, based on technical analysis, it would be for the price to break this lower high, break it. We have to wait. We don't enter trades right there because we don't know if it's going to be a fake out and this thing is going to keep pushing down. So we break, wait for the price to come down, break again. So we have to see two higher highs form. So I have to see two higher highs form. So one should be around here, and then the next one should be around somewhere here, let's just say. And then I will wait for the pullback, and then I will enter a position. I will put my stop below the previous lower higher low. So there should be a higher low around here. All right, should be a higher low around here. And then it should be another higher low around this area. So I would put my stop below that higher low, and then I would just buy to see where the price is gonna go at that point. But you see, with Bitcoin, is super hard to trade in this area. Technical analysis can tell you that if it breaks the previous lower high and it creates two higher highs, then there is a good chance that it's gonna pull back and it's gonna go up. But since we're already in the all-time highs, it's super hard for you to predict this push to keep pushing more. You know, there is no previous market data that can tell you the price can go all the way, you know, up to here. However, everybody's talking about crypto. You know, like the crypto world right now is just booming. It's crazy. Like it's like the new norm. I think at some point down the line, everything's just gonna be based on crypto, on like Bitcoin and Ethereum and all of this other stuff. So there's just a good chance that the price is gonna keep pushing up. You know, that's just like US 30. You know, every time the price will just retrace a little bit and then it's just gonna keep pushing up. I think that's the same thing is gonna happen with Bitcoin, but based on technical analysis, I will only enter a trade here once I see two higher highs form, and I will enter in the pullback. Pretty much that's below the previous higher low and target new highs. The first target, of course, will be the beginning of the downtrend, which it was here. That will always be the first target, and then
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah, that's usually every time that you enter a position, your first target or your final target should be the end. I mean the beginning of the previous trend, but your first target should always be whenever you see the price has some type of resistance. If you're in an uptrend, so you're expecting the price to go up, and it's gonna find some type of resistance in this area because it happened before. So sometimes it will break it, or sometimes it will just find resistance. So either or, you wanna close some positions around this area because that's just a safe way to close positions. Or at the very least, if you don't wanna close, you wanna move your stops a break here. So that way, let the price do what it has to do, but your position is safe to the point where you don't have to worry about this. If it's gonna go in your direction, good. If it doesn't go in your direction, still good. You don't lose anything. Understand? So that's what I see on Bitcoin. But again, this is just a matter of waiting for price. This is on the higher time frame, and we just gotta see what's gonna happen. But look, it has failed to create a new lower low, and the price is just trying to push to the upside. So there is a good chance that the price is gonna go up. Probably, we don't know. We just don't know. We just gotta wait for price. The price is just hanging in here right now.
Thank
Anything
you,
else,
bro.
guys?
I really appreciate that.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
Bro, they Allah.
Okay.
So, you know,
Good thing I can do
bro.
the Zoom today, man. My kids are sick. They both have cold, so they've been this whole week in the house. But they went shopping right now with my wife, so I'm able to do this crap. But it's hard for me to sometimes to do Zooms because they're behind my ear, like screaming and playing, and so it's crazy.
Yeah, hopefully they get better, man.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, guys. Anything else? What's up with everybody else? Marcus, that's you. I see an iPhone here. Who is iPhone? I don't know, man. Tell me, who else is in here, man? Talk. I'm pretty sure you know how to talk in any language. We translate. I see Lookman, Koa Doan, Nate, FX. Who else? Abby. What's up with you guys?
I mean, if nobody want to talk, I'll give you
No?
another pair to look at. You feel me?
Yeah. Go ahead. Tell me.
So
What
I
are
was looking at EU.
they? EU. Let's see. Oh, EU. I marked it yesterday too, man. I think I was looking for. Let me see. Where's this pair? I marked it yesterday because I was looking for. Yes, I was looking at the break of a structure already. You see how the pair was creating. Again, if you cannot see it, just start labeling things for you just until you get the picture of the thing, until you get to see it at first sight. Otherwise, just label things. So at this point, let's just label again. Lower high. Copy this. Another lower high. I mean, and here is very tricky how you label them because it could be here, it could be here, but let's just go like this, like the more, I guess, clear here and here. And then we have lower lows. Let's see here. Okay, lower lows. Delete this. Copy this. Okay, lower lows. And even here is one. Here is another one. And here is another one. All right, so you see how the price now basically broke this previous lower high with this push. Do you guys see this? Hello? Yeah, okay, good. All right, so you guys see how the price pushed, broke the previous lower high. So basically this push did what everybody else wasn't doing. So everybody else, or like everybody, I mean by the lower highs. Every other lower high was respecting the previous one. You see how this one was created, respecting the previous one. This one was created, respecting this one. This one was created, respecting this one. But here, the price decided to just break. So now what we got to do is wait for the price to, at this point, it has break this. So this will be considered a new higher high. This will be considered a new higher high. And then I'll be waiting for another higher high. Another higher high. Here. So once the price create another one, I will enter a position on the pullback with my stops being below the new higher low. And then the targets, of course, it will always be the beginning of the trend. So this will be the final target. And then you will put your stops below the previous higher low. And I have to wait. At this point, I just have to wait. There is nothing I can do right now. I just have to wait. because the price is here, and then if this move doesn't create another higher high and pulls back, then this was just a fake out, because the price can easily from here just keep pushing down. So I have to wait for the new structure to form, and a structure is formed when you have a higher high, a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So you have to have this move. Once you have a 1, 2, 3 move, and you wait for that pullback, that's that's the safest way to enter a position with a high probable opportunity for you to enter the trade. Otherwise, if you enter a position now, yeah, it could happen. You know, if you enter a position here, it could happen because it's based on, oh, you know what, it was creating lower highs, but now it broke the lower high. So since we have a break of a structure, there is a good chance that the price is going to push up. But then there is a good chance also that the price is not going to push up. There is a good chance that this was a fake out, and then the price is going to continue down. So that's what I like. For me, when I enter swing trades, I like to wait for that confirmation. I like to see always a 1, 2, 3 move. So 1, 2, 3 move. Once I see a 1, 2, 3 move, then I enter on the pullback. The pullback could be anywhere in between that previous higher high and low and higher low. Anywhere in there, that's when the pullback happens. You enter in that position, and then you just ride the trade at that point. And since this happens in the 4-hour time frame, this type of trade will take days to happen, sometimes weeks. You know, but as the price is moving, you should be trailing your stops. You should, if it's targeting, let's say in here, where would be the take profits? Let's say the first one would be around here, second one would be around here, and the third one is the final there. You know, and why I would be targeting these areas? Very simple. The areas of targeting is because price has shown some type of resistance before. You see how the price was trying to go in here and it has some resistance. So if the price is going to go back to that level, there is a good chance that it's going to show resistance again. And if the price goes in here, there's a good chance that it's going to show resistance again. And if the price goes into the final targets, then we out of the position, but at the very least, we already covered this whole correction. You know, the price moved down and now the price moved up. You know? You guys get it?
Yeah.
Good. Any other questions, guys? Come on. I have another 10, 15 minutes to do this before my kids get here. Then it's going to be a madhouse again.
Hi, my question is not centered around pairing, it's centered around risk management. So
Risk management? Okay.
Yep. So I'm a new trader trying to learn, and I discovered that even though my trades are profitable, oftentimes I got either taken out or going to loss because of my risk management. And I want you to explain lot size, position sizing. I think that is
okay. So I explain it real quick because I think I'm running out of time with this crap. But either way, so risk management, right? So risk management is a very, very simple thing that I can explain it, but it's so simple, but it's so hard to achieve. It's how can you say this? It's very simple to understand, but it's so hard to achieve. And there is one reason for that. The reason is that once you're looking at the charts, right, you are looking, especially if you're ready, for whatever reason, you won a trade, you took a position, you made money. And once you're looking at the charts, then you're already thinking in your mindset, you're thinking, shit, I just made $20 with this position. There is some way I'm going to be able to do it again. So what happens at that point is that you enter a position and then sometimes you lose the money. And then you get greedy and you start thinking again, shit, like, but if I just made 20 bucks and I just lose 20 bucks, I can make it again. So then you enter again. So that's really the main issue. So that's why lot sizes is based on your account size. So let's say you have, let's just explain it for US 30, the easiest way possible. US 30 is a high volatile pair where you open a 0.01 lot and it will move so fast that you can make 20 bucks or you can lose 20 bucks real fast, like in less than a minute. You enter the position, you will lose it or make it. So if you have a $1,000 account, you should only take no more than 3 trades. I would say, yeah, two or 3 trades per day. And each one of them should not have more than $20 potential loss. So if you lose 3 trades in a row and you lose basically $60, then you will close the chart, you will close the MT4, you will close everything, and you don't come back into the next day. That's the best way to be, to stick to risk management. Now, if you're gonna have a lot of free time throughout the day, that's okay, but stay away from the charts at that point. Stay away from the charts, or stay away from your phone, anything that has to be related to trading for that day is already over. Just close your account, come back the next day. So because what happens is that you're gonna start seeing things in the chart that is not clear, but in your mind, since you already lost money, you want to recoup the money. So you're gonna start entering dumb positions for no reason, and then you're gonna keep losing money, and that's why people blow accounts all the time. The same thing when it comes down to making you enter a position and you win the position. So you have to learn how to let the position run in profits and when to start closing your profits. But if you enter a position and it's $20 in profits and you close it right away, and you lost 2 other positions, you lost 40 and you make 20, you're already $20 in the negative, and you want to make another $20 just to break even. There is a good chance that you're gonna lose instead of win. So just might as well close the computer, close everything at that point. So you should only take 3 trades a day. When it comes down to lot size, it all depends on what size of account you have. If it's $1,000, if it's 500, if it's $20,000, if it's a funded account. So it all depends on what kind of account you have. But you should only stick to take a number of trades per day that will be equal to your, I would say 5%, no more than 5% of your account. You shouldn't lose more than 5% of your account per day. If you lose more than 5% of your account per day, then it's very hard for you to be profitable. Very, very hard.
Got it.
I don't know if that answered your question, but I hope you guys get the point. I mean, the whole point is not to trade more than, you can take 10 trades a day. As long as the stop loss is equal to 5%, then that's okay, but you shouldn't lose more than 5% per day. Even 5% is high. 5% I think is high. And of course, not a lot of people will have big accounts. So for them, 5% is like, yo, but I will never make my money, the money that I need to pay my bills with this. But that's how you start. You start at the very beginning. The very beginning of trading is to become consistent. Once you're consistent and you're able to flip an account from 500 to 1,000, then at that point, you already doubled your money. So now you can double your lot size. If you were entering a 0.01, now that you double your account, you can enter a 0.02. So once you have 1,000 and you turn it into 2,000, now you can double your lot size again. Instead of doing 0.02, you do 0.04. So it should be that way. It's not gonna happen like overnight, but if you're consistent enough and you protect your capital, 5% loss per day, then you'll be able to accomplish that,
Thank you.
Anything else? Somebody I think asked me in the chat on how do I trade. Okay, yes, you can just explain again how do you trade your 30? Can you please show how you put the indicator? There's no indicators. I don't do any lower height or lower loss indicators. I do it really by eye. You're looking at the chart and then I'll do it like that.
December
Let me see.
17-ish.
Anything else, guys, that you want to know? I'm gonna give you a real quick explanation of how do I trade the US 30, specifically at that time. All right, so that way you get to see what I like to see it every morning. So again, I usually like to trade from 9:30. Where is the? I'm sorry, this should be here. Okay, so here. So this is what I like to see at 9:30, right? So, and again, I don't look at the chart in my computer at 9:30. I like to look at the chart in my phone. For whatever reason, it's clearer on my phone than on the computer. But what I like to wait for is the 9:30 move. You see how this candle is completely, it's big compared to these other ones, right? Because at 9:30 when NYSE opens, that's the move that usually you get. So what I like to see, I like to wait for that 5-minute candle to close or the first push to see in what direction it's going. So since this happened here and it gave me one rejection here, I want to see what the next candle is gonna do. So I have to wait for 2 rejection candles. You see the second candle also gave me rejection here. So at that point, once I see 2 rejections, I like to enter my position once the price comes down to this area right here. Right here, and then I put my stops below that wick and I try to correct the whole move. So I usually go 150 pips or 1500 pips. It's usually here, 150. That's my TP4, right? Okay, so what happens is that as the price is hitting the take profits, right? Take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 2, take profit 3. Let's say take profit 4. As the price are hitting my take profits, I'm trailing my stops. So if the price is hitting my take profit 1, I trail my stop to take profit to break even. Once the price reaches to take profit 2, I move my stops to take profit 1. So if the price decides to come down, it will stop me out at that take profit. It's not gonna be at my stop loss. It will be around this area. And the reason I like to trade US30 like that, because it's super, super volatile, man. This thing I'm telling you, if you don't have at least a $1,000 account, you will suffer with this thing. You will, because you can make money real quick, but you can lose money real quick, real quick. So for this, that's what I like to see. Exactly what you see here. That's what I like to see. This right here. I want the 930 move push to happen. Whenever, if it's going to the down or if it's going up, I'm waiting for that to happen. Wait for 2 candle rejections. Wait for the 3rd candle to go to this area, my entry area, and I will enter my positions based on that. Put my stops below that wick and just trail my stops. The same thing here. I just close. What was it, around this area? I call a sell. If you see it, it's the same thing. Look, 1 rejection, 2 rejections, and then I enter on the 3rd candle. Put my stops above those wicks, and then the price 150 somewhere here. So it would have hit my take profit 1, take profit 2, and then it came back and just basically stopped me out of break even at that point, like that. However, this morning I missed this move, but it came back again. So I call it around this area. So this is when we got this whole push, a straight to take profit 4. This was the first trade we took today, all the way here. And the same situation happened. In this case, it was a little riskier because it was only 1 rejection. But what I was confident enough on this area right here, because there was already rejection before. So that's the only reason why I said, you know what, if the price comes back with this candle, comes back to this area, I will enter a position. So that's what I entered the position here. My stop below that area, and I target TP4. It was around here. And that was a very easy trade, man. Very, very easy trade. And if you look at the chart, like when you get a chance, go to the chart 5 minutes at 9:30. You'll see this shit happens every single day, man. So let's say out of 5 days a week, let's say you have 15 opportunities. And let's say 3 of them are a loser opportunities and everything else is a win opportunity. Then if you only take those trades for the week, then you're profitable because you're losing 3 trades and you're winning 12 trades. Even if you lose 5 trades and you're winning 10, you are profitable at that point. But you don't have to do anything else but just that. Nothing else but that, you know? All right, guys. Anything else? Tell me. One more question, one more thing, and then that's it. I'm outies. Anybody else? You guys want to talk about yourself for a little bit? Get to know each other. Jared, Koa, Doan. What is this? Let me see. Okay, Marcus, Abby, everybody. Come on, guys, talk. Don't be shy, man. Talk. This is the perfect time.
I got one more.
Go ahead, tell me.
Like, well, I always wanted to learn how to scout. So, like, can you give me like a little brief? Like, you feel me?
For scalping, I can't tell you, to be honest, because I don't scalp, so I don't know. For me, I don't
Okay.
consider this scalping because it's just this is just like a strategy that I use, to be honest. I don't
Mm.
before I have this plugin in here. Let me see. Super trend. This too, right?
Nah,
So
yeah,
at
cause
some
like off of first glance, like that's what it looks like. You feel me?
yeah, at some point, right? At some point, I remember I used to like see when the 20 crosses the 50, and I like to enter trades it, but that shit never worked, man. That shit for me, it never worked. Sometimes you see it in the chart happening, but just it never worked. And then if you're scalping, you gotta be in the 1 minute chart. It's depending on the pair you're using, right? But if you're using US 30, you have to be in the 1 minute. You have to be in the 1 minute because this shit moves so fast. It just moves really fast. So I would say every time the price crosses the clear cross, I guess, I don't know. It's hard, man. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't want to tell you something and I'm gonna confuse you more because I don't scalp myself, so I don't know.
Oh, I got you. Thank you, though. Appreciate that.
Yeah, not a problem, man.
Oh, but somebody got a question in the chat though. I seen.
This isn't related to Forex, but what's your ethnicity? I don't know. What you guys think? A lot of people call me Mexican, Colombian, Argentine, but I'm Ecuadorian. From Ecuador. I'm Latino from Ecuador. All right, guys. So anything else before we close this Zoom for today? Hopefully we can do more often, you know. It's good to like get to know other people. Probably we can share ideas too. Sometimes you guys get to see something that other people can see, so it's good to share, you know.
Yeah, we gotta have another one of these.
Yeah, man.
I'm
But
gonna come with more questions though. Got you.
anytime, anytime. Let me see. A lot of people are texting me through this thing. What is this? Omari. Okay. If I hell, look at this. Torrance does very good with US 32, man. This guy does very good with US 30. We usually see the same thing for the most part sometimes. All right, guys, let me see. All right, guys, so I'm gonna be out. Very nice to see everybody, everybody meeting you today. Very happy, and I hope to see you guys soon. Okay, be safe. Don't overtrade, please. Don't overtrade right now. The timing sucks at this time. It's already 2:21. I mean, I don't know. You can see some move, maybe not. I don't know. But just try not to overtrade. If you already lost money today, just call it a day. Come back tomorrow. If you win money today, also call it a day. Come back tomorrow. All right, guys.
All right, man. Take care.
Take care, man. Enjoy.
And
Peace
your
out, man.
kids too, man.
All right, man. Bye.